Hello, thank you very much for watching this video, whether you're a Year 11 student or a parent of a Year 11 student. I've recently sent out the mid-monthly updates that I tend to do for you to keep you updated with things you need to know about for Year 11. The letter includes things on the mocks, the upcoming practical exams that we've got in food and PE and dance, as well as taking you through the summer exams timetable. Now, in particular on the letter there is a section called Summer Exams Content. Now, the exam boards release the content that's going to come up in the summer exams. Now, for some subjects it's really useful, but others it's very generic. So, for example, in my subject, in French, it's really quite generic and isn't as useful as I would like it to be. However, it does release the content for quite a few of the subjects. The only problem is that the exam boards have hidden it away in various different places on their websites. It's not very easy to find in one place. That's especially true for every school in the country, because every school will use various slightly different exam boards for each of their exams. We printed out these pre-releases for the students to have, but we also realised that pieces of paper can go missing, etc. So what I've done is I've created our own website that has everything in place just for us at Manor. So on your letter, if you click on that link, and it's also in the email, it will then take you to our revision website. Okay, the welcome page looks a bit like this, which has some generic content at the beginning, but it also has a list of our revision guides that we recommend and the workbooks that we recommend that lots of our students already have as part of their courses. A couple of videos that I'd really recommend you watch that are only about 3 minutes long, that give you a little bit of insight on how your brain works in terms of revision, and forgetting things is normal, as well as a couple of people who are very good on TikTok with things like mind maps and how to create really useful mind maps, as well as our revision planner, our final one that I'm going to create for us all, that will allow the students to plan their revision for the Easter holidays so they can be in the best position possible. The best way of using this website is to use the subjects column at the top. The subjects up here are listed all the subjects we study at Manor, and it will take you to their exact places if in terms of the pre-release for the summer exams. So let's pick one example, Combined Science, and there it will tell you exactly what the changes are. So, for example, the revision sheet that's going to be provided for biology, chemistry and physics, the fact that the teachers can deliver the practicals by demonstration rather than having to do them, and the extra generosity for the grade boundaries. So what I'd recommend the students do is to click on that link there, and that will then take you directly to the pre-release for the summer. Okay, so I've clicked on that link, and this takes us to the Pearson Edexcel pre-release for Combined Science. The first couple of pages are exam board bump, and then when you get to about page 4, that's when it really tells you the things that come up. So here we've got paper 1, biology. The content that's coming up will be on cells and control cell cycle, genetics on reproduction DNA, natural selection, and so on. It also tells us what will be assessed in terms of core practicals, but importantly it tells us what not to revise. So don't revise osmosis, don't revise microscopy, inheritance, those types of things. So that's all good and well, and that will kind of help the students kind of focus their revision a little bit in terms of their revision guides that they've got in terms of their books. But I also started to think, well, that's great. What happens if I don't know where to start? If I've got none of this revision, or if I'm in worst case scenario, I just need something to help. So what I've done for each of the subjects, so again, I'm just back here at the home page again on our Combined Science page. At the bottom in red, it gives you a topic by topic revision resource list here. So if you click on that, it will take you to this exact web page. It's the BBC Bite-sized web page that tells you what to revise for our exam board for the topic of Combined Science. And if you look closely, the topics are all listed there for chemistry, biology. And if you remember back to my pre-release here, we know that cells and control are going to come up. So on that tab here, cells and control is what you click on to revise there. Okay, so in cells and controls, we've got 3 guides. We've got the cell division, coordination of the nervous system, and some sample exam questions. Each section is done in the same way, where you have a revised section, potentially a video, and then a test afterwards. And I keep stressing to our students that it's important to practice and to test yourself. in subjects like maths and French and science, it's really important to revise by doing and to practice. Okay. So again, on that revision website, for each of our subjects, it just tells you exactly what to revise. Now, for some subjects, I'm just going to take you to, hopefully, maths, if I can work my clicks. So for maths here, again, it tells us what the changes are. So there's going to be some formula sheet provided, just like we had in the mock exams. So it's the same formula sheet that the students got in the mocks, they'll have in the summer. Extra generosity for setting grade boundaries. And again, if you click on this link here, it will take you to a file store that I've got for all our students that tells them what comes up in the maths paper. So paper 1 is the non-calculator papers. This is the foundation tier. So the topics that are going to come up are on money, negative numbers, orders, fractions, decimals, percentages, things like that, which is great. That tells them what comes up, conversion, things like that. Again, the red line here, topic by topic revisions here, when you click on that button, it will take you to the BBC Bite-Size website page for, again, Edexcel Maths, with, for example, the actual topics that it's listed. So for number, if we click back here, and number, we're looking at arithmetic and money and negative numbers. So in number, we're looking at kind of whole numbers, and you click on that to take you to the practice section to revise those things there. Okay, so that's how to use best the pre-releases. For subjects such as food, let's just pick a practical subject for food, they are a bit more specific. So on food here, we click on that, and it'll tell us some of the changes. Click on that link there, and it'll take you to the AQA version, which is a little bit more streamlined, where it tells you the focus. So it says making informed choices, diet, nutrition, and for food, what we have done is over the last 10 days we've purchased centrally by us at school a revision and workbook guide that lists all these topics that come up on the advanced information that is important for you to revise, an actual book for the students to revise for food. So by clicking through all of those, that's going to be really useful to have all those things in one place. Just while we're on it, a really useful website I'd just like to flag up for you in maths is called On Maths. This site's really rather good. It actually allows you to practice the questions and the type of questions that are going to come up in the summer. So they have a set of self-marking exam papers that is based on the advanced information. So here we've got the 22 predicted papers on foundation, Edexcel paper 1. So if you're doing higher tier, we just change that to higher. If you wanted to do the calculator papers, you could do. But what happens is, let's have a go at the foundation tier. You click start paper, and it self-marks as you go through. You just have to click through the bump on the start of the paper, just like I've done there. And then you'll see here at the top, we've got a grade boundary ticker as it will go through, and it will count up the marks. So for example, there are 4 cards with numbers written on them. Using the cards, write the smallest odd number. So the smallest odd number will have to go for something like 3. Oh no, this is where I have to try and wing it. Oh, I'm not very good at maths. So my working out area, I got it right, and I click on the next question. And then as you work your way through all those questions, can you see the little grade boundaries ticking up? So it'll give you an indication of what grade you're working through in this past paper. So that's really useful. I wish we had more websites that were built like this. Science and maths lend themselves to these types of things, but other subjects unfortunately don't quite as well. So we've got those things there for maths and so on. Up here we've got the summer exam timetable. That gives you it all in one space when exams are happening. I've sent this out on email already, but yeah, I've created this this website just for us at Manor that take us through specifically revision resources exactly for our students that are based on our exam board. So here's my French one that include all the links for things to be practicing at home. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Hope that helps you. If you get stuck at all, please come and see me. I can help.